Please bet on football games.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Please Bet on Football Games podcast. I am your host Alex, here with the on-air talent Joe. Joe, how's it going this week?
The NFL stays as dumb and poor a product as it has been, and the NFL fan continues to struggle in its tireless battle to read. Or even just like acknowledge things. Right now, Shedeur stands everywhere are currently furious that I suggested he's lucky to have not been intercepted 4 times because he threw the ball through or at the hands of Raiders 4 times. And they can't really parse out how something could have or should have happened, but didn't, and why that might matter going forward. I'm not joking. I wish I was joking at all. I tried to explain to one man saying, yeah, the bad thing didn't happen this time, but are you trying to win this game or are you trying to win 12 games next year? Because the bad thing will probably happen if he continues to play like this. And he said, nope, we're going to win 12 games next year as long as we build around Shedeur. It doesn't matter. To which there's nothing I can say. Like, oh, you're not a human. Okay. I'm not going to argue with my dog. I'm not going to yell at my window. So I'm not going to go back and forth with you either, sir. I've also been called cracker an inordinate amount of times today. It's a good thing that one does not sting.
Yeah, that's one that there's just a different level to the slurs.
Well, it's also fun because they say it like they think they got me, and it's like verbal meme Waka Flocka saying, "Okay, yeah, I know I'm kind of pale for a Redskin. I've been this way a long time. Don't really seem to care." That doesn't also change the fact that Shedeur threw a screen directly at a linebacker's titties and a tight end had to tip the ball away at the last second. It still happened, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Compare me to whatever snack. It's still bad.
He made that one nice deep throw.
Incredible. Best throw of his career.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than anything Dylan Gabriel has done, which
Certainly.
I think is also a problem because everyone's comparing Shedeur to Dylan Gabriel. It's like, these are 2 backups.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have spent more time on the wording because it has been the most memorable part of this whole Shedeur war going on my timeline. But like, you don't have to suck Shedeur off to say Dylan Gabriel's bad. You can simply say Dylan Gabriel's bad, Shedeur is bad. It's bad.
It's just 2 different types of bad.
Yeah, like Dylan Gabriel knows exactly what he wants to and should do. He's just not very good at doing it. And then Shedeur doesn't really know what he's supposed to do and also isn't good at doing the things he's trying to do either. So like, do you want chaotic bad or organized bad? Either way, you're getting real fucking bad. But yeah, you want to talk about how the games went last week?
Yeah, I mean, it actually slightly better than they have been. Still a losing week, but we only lost 0.62 units.
Oh, yay.
We went 3-2 on games, but, unit allocation. Into those games, first up, we had the Minnesota Vikings over the Green Bay Packers. We had them 2 units on the plus 6.5 point spread and 1 unit on the money line at plus 260. That one didn't go too well. JJ McCarthy might be bad.
So this is what's pissing me off. I'm not impressed with JJ McCarthy either, but the narrative has been that he's like awful, and there's simply no reasonable way to get there if you're watching the games. Like, it looks clunky. He doesn't look prepared and he looks overwhelmed often, but he was mid. Like, the real issue with the Vikings for me, every game we bet on them, they give up a touchdown on special teams. In this game, they muffed a punt at like the 5 or 10. Can't do that. Also, last week, week 11, Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson dropped everything. The Vikings had 6 drops. This week, they only had 2 drops, but Christian Darrisaw allowed 5 pressures, all of them under 3 seconds. You can't win if your stalwart left tackle is a fucking turnstile. And so, like, yeah, JJ McCarthy didn't play well. His 2 interceptions were not gradable. Like, one of them was way late in the game, it was over. And one of them he got hit while he threw because Christian Darrisaw was getting the doors blown off of him. So, like, JJ McCarthy was mediocre. He was a C-. You could be really harsh and give him a D+. Probably still would have been enough to cover if the Vikings didn't fumble at their own goal line on a punt and Christian Darrisaw didn't allow 5 crazy fast sacks. Like, those aren't things things I'm going to ever account for. I'm never going to assume Christian Darrisaw's ass, and I'm never going to assume that special teams will cost us a touchdown.
Yeah, like those are hard things to predict, and it didn't go well. I mean, I haven't watched as much JJ as you have. It hasn't been good, but I do agree with you that it hasn't been as bad as everyone's making it out.
It hasn't been good. It's been below average, and it's certainly been below expectations. But the narrative is that it's like Jamarcus Russell, Nathan Peterman level, and it's just not even remotely close to that. Like, I think what happened is he did the Will Levis Cardinal sin. He had a really cringy video go viral, and now it's just, unless he balls the fuck out, he's actually worse than Hitler. Like, that's just the only way people are going to conceive of it. Like, do you know 14% of JJ McCarthy's passes have been dropped? That's per PFF.
That's high.
That's insane. That's like twice the second place guy. Like, and this is a Vikings team we thought we could count on their pass catchers. The Vikings are a mess for a lot of reasons. The Vikings are a mess in a lot of directions. And apparently JJ McCarthy gets hurt every time he plays a bad game, and he doesn't get hurt until the plane ride home from the bad game. But yeah, the Vikings are just a mess. And as much value as there may be on them, as underrated as they may be, I can't bet on them right now because they're too messy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of teams at this point in the year for one reason or the other, where we might like a lot of pieces, but it's just too volatile throughout the league.
Let's talk about the next game in the morning slate, the Colts.
Next game. Now, this is one we won by the skin of our teeth. We had the Indianapolis Colts over the Kansas City Chiefs plus 3.5. That was a 3-unit bet. Won by half a point. We won 2.5 units.
So, like, this handicap was nails. The Colts were up 3 touchdowns to start the game. Patrick Mahomes gifted us a touchdown with a pick off of a defender in like the 5-yard line. But Daniel Jones didn't get a first down for the last quarter or so of the game. And it's another case of like, yeah, the Colts are a really amazing roster with a really good coach, but Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones, and it's never going to get better. And so weird shit's just gonna happen sometimes.
Yeah, I think we had a good read on the game. For a while, it looked really good, but that's life betting on Daniel Jones.
Yeah, like, I mean, we absolutely deserve to win, but also we deserve to win money line and by a lot rather than whatever the fuck that was. But yeah, I mean,
sure. But at this point, I'm not crying about any W's.
Yeah.
Deserved. Next game. Our other loser of the week, we had the New Orleans Saints over the Atlanta Falcons -2. That was a 2-unit bet.
This one's really funny. Did you watch this game at all?
I saw like bits and pieces, a drive here and there, but nothing too much.
So on the opening drive, on a play action fake, Alvin Kamara ran directly into Tyler Shuck and knocked the ball out of his hands. It's a lot of people. Okay, preface this. The common fun refrain for people that don't know anything about football right now is to say the Saints are terrible and Tyler Shuck is terrible. Tyler Shuck was great. Like, he probably should have gotten a B+. I gave him a B just because I'm being harsh on my guys. First play of the game, Kamara literally trucks, like, lowers his shoulder and hits Shuck in the arms, knocking the ball out, giving the Falcons the ball. Now, this turnover luck got mitigated because the Saints scored a touchdown on a pick six. So we're even on that, but we were laying 2.5. Tyler Shuck led the Saints into the red zone 5 times, right? How many times do you think they scored points, and how many points do you think they got?
2 out of 5, 6 points.
They scored 3 points, largely because every time they'd get into the red zone, they would take Tyler Shuck, who just led them to the red zone. They'd take him out, and they put Taysom Hill in. Taysom Hill averaged 1.7 yards per carry in this game. They gave him 12 carries.
I did see the end of that game where they were at the goal line. They brought in Taysom Hill, and they just snapped the ball over his head.
Well, that's the other one. Third and goal from the 1. They take Tyler Shuck out to put Taysom Hill in and run some weird bullshit that hasn't worked all day. And when he picks up the ball, rather than throwing it away outside the pocket and trying to get 4th and 1 so you can still win this game, he just takes a bad sack.
Yeah.
It's a very badly coached team, and it's very funny to me that Tyler Shuck led 5 scoring drives, none of which they actually scored on, because they also missed 2 kicks. So if they make both of their very makeable kicks and they score 1 touchdown on their 5 red zone drives, suddenly we win this game. But alas, Kellen Moore needs to go now.
Do you think that Taysom Hill's position in that organization is secured by like the owner or GM? Because it's now like like several coaches.
Dude,
still keep him around and use him.
I genuinely think the GM or owner is like whispering in the ears of the coaches saying like, you got to use Taysom Hill because I'm paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, like it's something because I mean, obviously it started with Sean Payton and then Dennis Allen still used him.
Last week, I shit you not, the offensive coordinator of the Saints came out and said, yeah, it took me a while, but I finally figured out how to use Taysom Hill properly. On the season, he's averaging 2 yards a carry. Whatever you're doing is not working. Stop it. He turns the ball over a lot too. The fumbles, on fourth down and goal on one play, he had a boot right, and he threw the ball with 2 hands into a defensive lineman. It looked like something from the 30s. It's terrible. It's dumb. The Saints are dumb. We absolutely should have been in this game. Shuck played really well. There is no justice in this world. I don't know. The one thing I will say, Kirk Cousins looked a lot better than I expected. His arm's back. So let's not call it a bullshit win. Let's call it a learning experience, but also fuck Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Kirk, his arm did look better. I'm curious to see how that plays out. Like if he plays a few more weeks in a row, just like
Does it fade?
Yeah, like the compounding hits and just number of throws. That maybe it fades, but yeah, it did look good yesterday or 2 days ago.
All right, we had one more real bet.
And onto our other real bet, I guess. The Dallas Cowboys over the Philadelphia Eagles. We had Dallas plus 3.5. That was a 2-unit bet. We won 1.66 units.
Yeah, I love this bet. I think we were absolutely right. The Eagles went up 21-0, but I went back. I didn't grade it live because I'm with family. So I went back and regraded it Monday morning. And when I was regrading it, watching it all in close succession, I realized that the Eagles were really fucking lucky to ever get to that 21-0 lead in the first place. Like one of the final touchdown drive should have been a punt, but there was a penalty. And then they basically got walked down the field by penalties, at which point they finally struck gold. The Eagles offense is bad. The Cowboys defense is much improved, and the Cowboys offense will fucking get you. Like again, Dak threw a pick in the end zone. They transcended it. They fumbled in the red zone. They transcended it. They completely and totally failed to capitalize on the Eagles muffing a punt in their own red zone. They transcended it. Like the Cowboys did not play a clean game. They did not play their best game, and they still beat the Eagles and dominated them for 3 quarters. So our handicap was totally correct. The Cowboys are just going to score points, and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are just really bad on offense.
Yeah, I mean, it took a minute for Dallas's offense to start clicking, but George Pickens is a cheat code.
Yeah.
And, like even with CD now dropping everything, George Pickens saves.
Yeah.
Just throw the ball downfield, and he'll catch it.
Yep.
And that covers up a lot of warts on an offense.
Yeah.
But good bet. I think that we handicapped it well. The situation made it seem a little strange, but mostly turned out like we thought it would.
We bet 3 underdogs, and 2 of them either did or should have won outright. The other one, the Vikings are the biggest disappointment I think of all time.
Yeah, it's been rough. Then we had one tiny little bet, which we should have made bigger. We had the Chicago Bears over the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 2.5. That was a quarter unit bet. So we 1.22 units.
So first of all, when we made the bet, we didn't know who was playing quarterback for the Steelers, which is partially why it was tiny. But also, this game was hilarious. Caleb Williams gave the Steelers a touchdown for fun. Caleb Williams looked terrible almost the entire game. But Caleb Williams made 2 or 3 really nice throws up the middle, and that was all it took. Yeah, we deserved to win. The Bears covered despite giving away a touchdown for fun, but I'm never going to feel comfortable betting on the Bears while Caleb Williams is their quarterback. He's just really bad.
Yeah, which makes it so frustrating because Ben Johnson is the truth. He has the secret sauce.
It's incredible how good he is.
And so that would typically be a marker for us to be like, oh, well, we can just bet on them because he's going to elevate all the players. But Caleb Williams, although is playing better, there's still a lot of hiccups and there's too much saboteur.
Well, that's the thing is for 95% of this game, Caleb Williams looked totally and completely fucking awful. But for like 4 or 5 plays, he was really, really good. And that's all it took to break big gains against a really weak secondary. So yeah, last week, I think our process is really good. We just need one lucky break and suddenly we're going to have a big fucking week.
Well, let's hope it's this week.
I've looked at the card. It's probably not.
Not great. On to Thanksgiving football.
Ooh.
Week 13. First up on Thanksgiving, we have the Green Bay Packers going to play the Detroit Lions. The Lions are minus 2.5.
Lions?
That's what I was going to say.
It's indoors. The Lions are used to playing on Thanksgiving. The Packers are not. And it'll be quiet. Like the Lions have become a home team only kind of team. Like at home, you could do more crazy shit before the snap. You could do more motion. You can call more audibles, etc. You can win before the ball is snapped, and Jared Goff can't play in the cold. Other side, the Packers' offense is still really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's going to, like, basically the Packers' defense is, if we pressure you, we win, and if not, fuck. And it's really hard to get pressure against these Lions. So this is basically going to be the same game we saw a couple weeks ago, Lions versus Eagles, except this time it's indoors, and the Lions will be able to actually like manipulate the defense pre-snap using their offense and their audibles. So I love it. Let's do it. 1 unit Lions.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Good start. Next up on Thanksgiving, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going to play the Dallas Cowboys. The Chiefs are -3.
As we move from the mashed potatoes to the French silk pie, I'm addicted to betting against Patrick Mahomes.
I know, I was about to say.
Like the Cowboys are going to win this game too, and even if they don't, the Chiefs never cover more than 3. They never win big. They win close games when they win. And also again, like I think that the Cowboys are very underrated. Their defensive line is now crazy good. Their defensive backs kind of suck, but Patrick Mahomes can't hit deep balls anyway, so fuck it. And last week the Colts or the Chiefs finally like realized like, oh yeah, Patrick Mahomes is never going to hit the deep balls. Let's just kind of stop throwing them. Like we got to do other shit. So the Cowboys defense is vastly improved. The Cowboys offense will always score, and like as good as Trent McDuffie is, he's small. You know who's not? CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So we're going to get much of the same we saw last week. And frankly, I think the Cowboys knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs in this game.
That would be awesome.
1-1.
I am a little concerned because the Chiefs are now in kind of like do or die in terms of getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, we saw them in do or die last week though against the Colts, and they were awful.
Yeah.
Like Mahomes was terrible until the final drive when he hit one nice pass to get a fucking game-tying field goal.
Yeah, but the Colts are also a pretty good team. Like Daniel Jones kicks him back, but they've got Lou Anarumo, who typically crushes Mahomes, and a pretty talented defense. The Cowboys, yeah, their D-line's better, but God, the back end is still terrible.
It is, but you mitigate a bad back end with short passes, right? Like you're going to complete a short pass against Christian Gonzalez, against Patrick Surtain, it doesn't matter, right? The deeper passes, the more explosive plays, that's when your cornerbacks matter, and the Chiefs don't do those. Or they try and they fail because Mahomes just can't hit them. So it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, Deron Bland's bad. He's still going to come up and tackle. Like,
yeah, and that's a good point, is that they do tackle pretty well. Even though
exactly.
their back end doesn't cover that well, they tackle well.
And they added back, they basically revamped their linebacker core. They got Overshone, who's very rangy and like a good tackler. And they got a white boy from Cincinnati, Logan Wilson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And he looked fine. So like between that, they've got good safeties. Like the Cowboys are going to come up and tackle fine. You can't run on them, and you'll get some pass rush on Mahomes, and he fucks up a lot lately. Man, I like the Cowboys. Plus, it's going to be raucous in there. Thanksgiving Cowboys game, come on, it's going to be louder than fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it.
Trust me, looking at this card, we need it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Like, I think there are definitely ways for this to go really poorly.
Definitely.
Like if the Cowboys can't connect on some of those deep passes or some of those bombs to Pickens that have been completed turn into pick, it can go backwards really quickly. Because if the Cowboys aren't scoring, it's gonna get out of hand. Because that defense, like, sure, they might be able to hold up every now and then, but the Chiefs are still gonna score. It's Andy Reid with a talented offense.
Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, a home dog with an underrated team whose defense has improved a lot with some of the moves they've made, and obviously they have that deep ball explosive potential.
Yeah, I mean, 1 unit, yeah.
Cool. All right, closing out Thanksgiving. If you're still awake, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to play the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are -7.
I'll be drunk during this game and not watching too intently. Also, I'm glad about that because Lamar Jackson's been terrible this year, and Joe Burrow doesn't move the needle even when he's healthy, and he won't be healthy. So I don't want to bet this game. I lean to the Bengals just because I don't think that the Ravens can score many points against anyone, but it's bad football, bad defense for the Bengals, bad passing offense for the Ravens. Joe Burrow maybe without Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and if that's the case, you gotta bet on the Ravens. But
yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that T. Higgins is like definitely out. And Jamar's maybe, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if they don't have those two, that offense will not score.
Correct.
But see what the number moves to. It could be a perfect leg, but since you have to use it on Thursday, I don't know how much easier you can get.
Well, that's the thing. If both wide receivers are out, yeah, Ravens -7, fine. But I can't know that, and it's game's fucking in 2 days, so next game.
All right, on to Friday, a rare Friday game. We have the Chicago Bears going to play the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are -7.
Why shouldn't I bet on the Bears +7?
Caleb Williams. It's literally the only reason.
It's literally.
This is a smash.
It's crazy. The Eagles can't score fucking 21 points much less lay 7. I don't really get it. I like the Bears a lot. Now the Bears are getting back Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon. So they're getting their entire secondary back for the first time all year.
That helps a lot.
Helps a ton. The problem is they're missing literally every single linebacker. They're missing their top 4 linebackers.
Not great.
Against Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
And the defensive line's not great.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see how the Eagles dominate this game, just running the ball and throwing quick passes to the running backs, but don't really see how they get margin. So I lean to the Bears, but again, I don't want to bet this game. I don't want to lay 7. I don't want to catch 7 with a quarterback I don't trust at all. It's just a lean for now, largely because, like you said, if Caleb Williams plays well, there's a blowout for the Bears. But Caleb Williams could easily give the Eagles 14 points.
Yeah, it's a lean, but I don't feel super confident about it. Maybe pile. And on to Sunday. Kicking off the early slate, we have the Houston Texans going to play the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are minus 4.5.
So apparently CJ Stroud might not even play in this game. They might hold him out one more week, which is crazy. Like,
did you see any of the still shots of him in the locker room last week?
No.
So as D'Amico Ryans, I think, or somebody else is doing the post-game speech and everyone's all fired up, and they gave Davis Mills a game ball, and then in the camera shot, if you go all the way to the far edge, is CJ Stroud just standing there just not frowning, but absolutely as as upset looking as he could be while still being neutral.
So I guess if he doesn't play, that's kind of news.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think CJ Stroud and Davis Mills are any different in caliber. They're the same shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to lay 4.5 with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to for me, is that I want to bet on the Colts. I think the Colts are going to win this game, but 4.5 in a divisional game where Daniel Jones has looked pretty rough the last few weeks, I don't really want to do that. If we had to, because the Colts are still a better team, they have the offensive line to be able to kind of put up with the Texans pass rush a little.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Texans have just felt horrible on offense all year. I mean, Davis Mills has been a little better, but it still feels like it's a slog for them to score 17 points.
Well, exactly. He can't hit a deep ball. Sorry about that. My dad needed to let me know that we're smoking deer tonight.
Hell yeah.
I love the Midwest. Davis Mills is no better. He was 0 for 5 on deep balls in their last game against the Bills. That's why it was a slog on offense, and that's against the Bills. The Colts defense is better. So I'm not really enthused by this game. Ooh, we might get the opportunity of a lifetime in this next game, though. Yeah, do it.
We have the Arizona Cardinals going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks are minus 3.
We might be able to bet against the Buccaneers without Baker Mayfield.
This is kind of a perfect storm.
Yeah, we get to bet, essentially by betting on the Cardinals plus 3, we would be betting that Baker Mayfield is extremely valuable and underrated without having to rely on Todd Bowles being smart. It could be the perfect mixture. Also, if and when the Cardinals beat the Teddy Bridgewater Buccaneers, Todd Bowles at 6-6 has to be fine. Probably not mid-season, but certainly by February.
Yeah, I would hope, but I have so little faith in them ever moving on at this point.
Contingent bet. If Teddy Bridgewater starts for the Buccaneers, 3 units Cardinals. I'm fucking trying not to make it 5.
Have you heard anything about Baker? What's the initial guess?
He has a sprained left AC joint, which means he will miss at most 3 weeks. He may play this week. He's 50-50 next week. So I would imagine they hold him out this game.
Yeah, they should.
But also Todd Bowles probably knows that his career's on the line. It's tough. I don't know. But basically, the Buccaneers offense is Baker Mayfield makes a big fucking play or we suck. And the Cardinals are probably the most underrated team in the league. They've gotten them's the breaks, but they've been really playing a tough schedule lately and hanging in there absolutely. Close to pulling off some nice wins. If Baker Mayfield plays, I have no bet. But if Baker doesn't play, Cardinals plus 3 all goddamn day and money line.
Do you want to, how are we going to split 2 spread, 1 money line, or
2 spread, 2 money line? If Baker doesn't play, come on, how the fuck does Teddy Bridgewater move the ball?
I don't know. What are the money line?
It's going to be plus 150.
I'll take that all day. All right, so contingent bet, but one that we really like if it has.
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect thing. All the time we end up betting on the Buccaneers because Baker Mayfield's so goddamn good you have to. But we always fear that the rest of the roster is a travesty and Todd Bowles is a fucking moron. In this particular case, we could bet on Todd Bowles being a moron on, and we could bet on the roster being a travesty, and we could bet on Baker Mayfield being great without actually having to worry about those things counteracting each other. It's kind of perfect.
Yeah, it really works out well. Like we always talk about trying to fade teams like in situations, and this is perfect because their one shining light, Baker, is out, and they're playing against a team that we're higher on than the public.
Yeah, I think 2-2 is fair. I'm fucking trying not to make it 3-2 as far as units go.
Fair. I mean, we've been betting a lot of units lately. Now, granted, they've mostly been pretty like proportional to each other. Whereas if we do 5 units on this game and 1 on all the other bets, could get a little scary if Teddy has a throwback game.
Yeah, throwback to those elite halcyon days of Teddy. Oh yeah, next game.
Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to play the Tennessee Titans. The Jags are -6.5.
Apparently Cam Ward's been playing better, but I haven't actually had a chance to verify that by watching film. And honestly, I just don't care. I don't want to lay 6 with Trevor Lawrence, and I don't want to bet on the Titans.
Yep, same boat. Next game?
Yep.
Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams going to play the Carolina Panthers. The Rams are -10.5.
Can't lay 10.5 with anybody. Next game.
Yep, agree. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints going to play the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are -6.
So that's wrong.
6 is a heck of a number for a team that has looked like the worst team in football for at least stretches.
Yeah. The Saints are a bit of a broken team, and I get that, but I think we have to throw a unit on Saints +6. Tyler Shuck, like we started the pod off saying, Tyler Shuck has played really, really well. He's gotten a B or better in every one of his 4 games, and he's being talked about like a D quarterback. Meanwhile, the Dolphins are off of a bye, so good for them, but they're not good. Like 6 is a lot, dude. I think that's a unit.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, coming off the bye and watching what New Orleans has done throughout the year, even when Chuck has been there and playing well, they still shoot themselves in the foot pretty often.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked to see it go wrong, but we have the better quarterback with pretty similarly rated teams catching 6.5 points or 6 points.
Yeah, it's just 6 is just too many.
All right, that's a bet. 1 unit.
Yay.
Next game, we have the Atlanta Falcons going to play the New York Jets. The Falcons are -2.5.
I think the Falcons are definitely the bet. All the sharp money is pouring in on the Jets, and I think that they're underrating Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and this is where I'm a little hesitant to say that Kirk is back after 1 game of having some arm strength again, but I don't know. I mean, if he plays similar to that, they're a better team.
Well, and he's better than fucking Penix.
Yeah, I think the only concern is that the Falcons have been an absolute free fall. Like last week, they got a divisional win, but they've been bad for a lot of this year.
True, and the Jets have been really good.
No, I mean that's a good point.
Like not Deshaun Watson. Yikes. Lamar Jackson gifted them a game, and Tyrod Taylor couldn't do shit.
All right, that's a bet. 1 unit?
Yeah, 1 unit. Nothing crazy.
Closing out the early window, we have the San Francisco 49ers going to play the Cleveland Browns. The 49ers are -5.
And it's the rare instance where I think we absolutely have to bet the 49ers -5.
Yep.
Shedeur is so bad that against a shitty Ravens defense, he still looked bad. The Browns defense is the greatest in the NFL. Myles Garrett is probably the greatest defensive end of our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Yeah, he's entering that Lawrence Taylor conversation.
Certainly. I think he's in it. I think it's a short conversation in favor of LT, but he's in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy does suck, but Kyle Shanahan learned after the first half last week that Brock Purdy sucks, and I think that they'll be able to insulate him a little better. I don't think that the 49ers score a ton of points, but I think that Shedeur is so bad he gives the 49ers at least 6 points.
Yep. Because a big part of the Browns win was that the offensive line looked the best it has all year. And yes, the Raiders have Max Crosby, but other than that, it's not a great pass rushing group. And I think it was just a little bit that the Browns got a really good matchup. The offensive line looked solid. And the 49ers, especially in their current state, don't have much pass rush or defensive line help. But I don't know. I don't expect the Browns O-line to play as well again. And I don't think that the Browns are going to break off 2 explosive running touchdown.
Well, that's the thing. If the Browns can't expect a 72-yard run after a screen, then they can't score 20 points. And if you can't score 20 points, you can't beat Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, and I don't know, it just feels like one of those, it's just teams on different levels. Yes, the 49ers haven't been what we've gotten used to them being, but they have a functional team on both sides of the ball. The Browns have a truly elite defense, but but I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that their offense is going to score more points for the Browns than it is for the 49ers.
That's the thing. Like, I legitimately think Shedeur gives away at least a touchdown, and I don't think he scores one.
Yeah. So I don't love it because it's -5 on a bad quarterback, but Shanahan's going to be able to manufacture points. The Browns are going to shoot themselves in the foot on offense. And plus, I just think the 49ers are going to have a little bit more to throw at Shedeur, just from like a scheme standpoint.
Might be a really good chance to parlay 49ers money line with like the Rams money line, or fuck with those lines a little bit. Some kind of a mechanical teaser.
Yeah, that would absolutely work.
All right.
Into the late slate, we have the Minnesota Vikings going to play the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are -10.5.
Now, the Seahawks are a consistent and very good team, and it is a Sam Darnold revenge game, so it's tough to bet against them. I feel like I feel two things. I feel, one, I don't want to bet on the Vikings. I've been burnt twice. I'm done. Shame one time. Fool me one time. Shame on you. Fool me two times. Shame. We can't get fooled again. George W. Bush II. The issue is that I know we will not bet this game, and J.J. McCarthy will ball out to the extent he plays. If Brosmer plays, I don't give a fuck. I do not believe in Brosmer at all. Next game.
Yeah, I don't think you can bet on the Vikings right now, and
show me.
Seahawks are not a good spot to try and get back on them.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bills are -3.5.
The Bills finally got their deep threat, Brandon Cooks. They got him 6 years too late, but they got him.
And you know what? He'll still make that team better.
That's disgusting and also true. Yeah, no, the Bills are bad right now. Josh Allen's not playing particularly well either, right? Like, yes, the Bills are a bad roster with terrible coaching, but Josh Allen also has not been great lately himself. The Steelers are going to be without Aaron Rodgers again. We already discussed. I don't think it's a downgrade at all. Tough spot. I don't really want to touch it.
Yep. And side note, we already have 5 bets, not counting our conditional bet. So we don't have to.
Good.
Closing out the late slate, we have the Las Vegas Raiders going to play the San Diego Chargers. Flip that one. The LA Chargers are -9.5.
Yeah, I don't know how you can lay 10 points with no offensive line.
Nope.
I know that the Raiders aren't going to get pressure, but like that's still, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Again, don't have to bet it, so we won't.
Exactly.
Sunday Night Football, we have the Denver Broncos going to play the Washington Commanders. The Broncos are -6.5.
I'll probably be drunk and throw some money on the Commanders because Marcus Mariota is better than Bo Nix by a wide margin. And it kind of feels like it's time for Bo Nix to have a terrible stinker. He hasn't done it in a couple weeks. But no, don't bet this game.
Yeah,
I'll tell my drunk self the same.
Just decimated right now.
Yeah, and they're downtrodden, and the Broncos have everything in front of them. It's just tricky. And God forbid Jaden Daniels tries to play hurt, and that's possible as well. So, yeah, no.
On to Monday Night Football, we have the New York Giants going to play the New England Patriots. The Patriots are -7.5.
I'm not laying 7.5 with the fucking Patriots. I'm just not doing it. They'll win, but I'm not doing it.
All right. Well, I think that's all the games for Week 13.
Can you run us through a wrap-up?
Let's do it. First up, we have the Detroit Lions over the Green Bay Packers at -2.5. That is 1 unit bet.
Watch that while you eat your stuffing.
Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys over the Kansas City Chiefs +3, 1 unit bet.
Watch that while you eat your French silk pie.
Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a conditional bet, assuming Baker doesn't play. If Baker plays, no bet.
Correct.
But if Teddy Bridgewater starts, Arizona 2 units +3 and 2 units money line. 4 units all told.
Yep.
Next, we have the New Orleans Saints over the Miami Dolphins at +6. That is a 1 unit bet.
Yep.
Then we have the Atlanta Falcons over the New York Jets -2.5, 1 unit bet.
That's right.
And to close it out, we have the San Francisco 49ers over the Cleveland Browns at -5, 1 unit bet. Do we want to do any number tinkering with San Francisco to like money line or -2.5 with, what do we say, the Rams money line?
I'm going to do that real quick.
And we're making all of these bets. Even if we do the conditional one on Arizona, we're still going to bet the other 5 games too.
Yeah. Bingo. We can parlay Rams -1.5 and 49ers -1.5 at -120. 112. 2 units on that.
All right, so San Francisco and the Rams both at -1.5, 2 units at -112.
Bingo, bango.
Perfect. Another beautiful week in the book, or podcast in the book, and a big betting week. If I'm doing my math right, I think we're betting 11 units.
Let it be a bountiful harvest. We're due as fuck.
Is it bad that only losing like half a unit last week, I was like, man, what a step in the right direction.
I felt the same way, dude. I was like, damn, I broke even this week. Fuck yeah, I didn't lose in heartbreaking fashion. They tried, but they did not succeed. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. You get ready for travel. I'm gonna go eat some venison with my dad. And to all of you out there, happy Thanksgiving. Help yourself to my ancestors' land, you fuckers. I'm just kidding. We stole it from the other guys. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and please bet on football games, but maybe not when you're drunk, but unless you're drunk on French silk pie like I will be, and go Bears. Asta.